Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, absolutely.
We're not doing that. This is you suggested we get
Thank you, gentlemen.
And his opponent, judge board. Players, please line for the ring.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to the final of the sanctioned TV Men's Puerto Rico Open from the Convention Center here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Fedor GORST takes on his good friend Vitaly Patsura in a race to 4, best of 3 sets. It's winner breaks, no golden break, but early tens do count. And if we get to 3-3 in the deciding set, there will be a shootout. 3 foul rule is in use, along with a 30-second shot clock. And your referee for this one from Finland is Mikko Janti. I'm Mark White, and with me on the mic is the tall, talented Torontonian, Big Red himself, Eric Horlifson. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Mark. Pleasure to be with you guys again. Looking forward to this final. Patsura's first major final. He's had a semifinal finish in the Pro Billiards Series in the past, at the Wisconsin Open. He's a former runner-up in the U.S. Open 10-ball championships. Still yet to take down a real major title. He's won some mid-level events like the Texas Open, coming in at a 786 Fargo, playing the number 2 Fargo-rated player in the world. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, the lag won by Vitaly. Winner breaks from now on in this set. Needs to get off to a good start.
One ball just rattling out of the side there. Offensive opportunity for GORST. 2 balls in a tough spot. He will be able to get over the short side of it if he chooses. Shooting pretty quickly, so he has a plan in mind here. Pretty class play by GORST right off the first shot.
He's played so much pool today, hasn't he? So much pool. This is his second final.
Yeah, I was just about to say must be in dead stroke by the amount of high level and high pressure pool he's been playing. How did the Challenge of Champions final go, Mark? I'm assuming Josh played very well.
He played absolutely fantastic. I mean, he outplayed Fedor in every department. He broke better than Fedor. Just really never gave him a chance. Didn't take too many risks. Played some terrific safety. And yeah, it was a determined Joshua Filler, actually. 3 sets to 0. Very, very convincing. So I'm sure Fedor here will really want to win this one. 18 grand to the winner, of course. So some big money online. He's already missed out on 15 in that winner takes all. So Josh Filler taking home a bit of money. Now tying something up here out 3 and the 6 maybe. Doesn't fancy.
He was probably decent percentage to hit the 2, but just didn't like his chances of getting safe. Always opening yourself up to a 3 foul whenever you take 1 foul intentionally. Fedor would be looking to play the cue ball behind the 4 if he's going for some kind of 3 foul. There's 2 plays here. You can shoot the 2 into the 3 and try to open up the 3. Or you could focus on hiding the 2 a little more. Because he's playing into the 3, he'll be really focused on the cue ball. Didn't quite get it, so Patsura will probably be hitting the 2 here. If he hits either half side of the ball, he's got a chance to get safe. 4 balls really over near the 2 there.
It was a good solid hit. Got kind of what he was looking for. Easy safety here though. I think he's going to be snookered again when he comes back. Go side to side. 2 ball over by the 6. It's a jump though, isn't it, Eric?
Yeah,
A very makeable jump.
Yeah, surprised GORST didn't try to get a little more aggressive with what he was doing with the cue ball there. He was going to get the safe regardless, but kind of left Patsura a half opening here. Cue ball's barely okay. Going to be running into the 5 for sure. Always tough to predict the exact path of the cue ball when you're running into another ball. Looks like he's kind of running into the bottom side of it. Small danger of the cue ball playing behind the 10. Looks like he has some feel. Ideally, he'd run straight through to the long rail and out. We'll focus on the cue ball a little too much. Miss from Patsura in rack number 1 here. Didn't leave it.
He needs to start taking them chances though. Okay. Feder does miss occasionally. But he was kind of in there, wasn't he? Played the good jump shot on the 3. On the 2 rather. Got onto the 3.
Ooh, almost kicked it in. Created some distance. See if the 10 ball gets in the way of the 3. It's not gonna, so Patsura has with a let off here. Long opening pocketing shot.
He just had a quick look at the 4 there as well, Eric. I think it does play past the 8 ball into the corner, so he hasn't got to do too much with the cue ball here. Concentrate on the pot.
Pretty natural. Yeah. Good shot. Back on track now for Patsura. He'll be playing the 5-8 combo, and the 5 is playing pretty directly into the 8, so he'll know where the 5's ending up.
Very, very similar styles, these two. Similar cue actions. Nice full backswing. Beautifully smooth stroke. Both get through the ball nicely. Indeed, they do practice together as well when they get the chance.
A little straight here, but he'll be able to play different parts of the pocket to get some movement towards the 6. So he's going to favor 2 or 3 rails forward. Caught the point. A little lucky didn't end up behind the 7. Patsura will be feeling the nerves more than GORST. GORST been in 15 or 20 major finals now. This will be Patsura's second one. Good to take down the first rack. That's what Patsura needed. A little bit of confidence to start the match.
Very important that he did get off to a good start, and a couple of errors as well from both players going unpunished. So this 10 ball beautifully done. And Vitali's route to this final started with a loss actually in the very, very first round in straight sets to guess who? Joshua Filler. And on the 1-loss side, he beat Timothy Fowler, Carlos Pedraza. The Peruvian Gerson Martinez Boza was his next victim, and in the last 16 he beat Chang Jung Lin in straight sets, Mika Immonen in the quarters, and then Albin Ocean earlier today in the semis. So he's had a pretty torrid run through that 1-loss side, Eric.
Yeah, strong list of players he beat there. Beat 4 world-class players on the way to the final. And pretty rare that a player loses first round and comes all the way back. So, they've had lots of table time this week.
Yeah, the man he sat opposite, well, he won the World 9 Ball, didn't he? Came through the one-loss side, and he's done it several times, Fedor GORST. He never knows when he's beaten.
That's right, he had an early loss in the World Pool Championship this year. Came all the way back. One ball a little sharp to the side. Nothing else going in, so another chance for GORST here. Appears to have enough room past the 2.
3 could be a problem, Eric, you think?
Yeah, he's playing safe here, just didn't have enough room. 3 is going to be a problem for both players. Let's get a couple more camera angles, see if there's any room on the rail side past the 5 for the 3. Even if he does get a proper angle on the 3, the cue ball is going to be running into the 6-10. Up pretty quickly with a plan here. Two balls lying nicely to get the angle he needs on the 3.
Full ball close enough to the corner pocket not to have to worry about getting too close to that, so anywhere centre table. So as you say, Eric, play more or less near to the rail here for the 3, open up the 10 and the 6 and leave himself a cut on the 4 ball. Does that sound okay for you?
Yeah, I mean, ideally if you could get thick enough on it that he could draw straight back into the 6 and kind of not worry about how the cue ball's coming off both balls. That'll be the play he's looking for. A little unclear if he can actually get that straight of an angle. He's not even going to play to that area at all. It might not go.
What a shot that is for perfect
work.
Position on the 3. That's some shot, that is.
GORST has been playing at a pretty quick pace all week. A little faster than usual, particularly when the balls are all there. Maybe just gaining an extra gear of confidence in his game where he feels like he can pick it up a notch.
Played that well, didn't he? Used the 10 ball. Now, can he draw past the 9, Eric?
Yeah, he's good to draw to the right of the side pocket here, I think. Just playing the left of the corner pocket. Good shot.
Plenty of left-hand spin. Cue ball fizzing up towards that 8 ball. Needs a little bit of an angle. I think he might just have enough.
Looks like forward and right spin here. Just stunning out of the angle. Oh, he was dead straight, Mark. So, big shot here in the first set for GORST.
Yeah, this is a real tester, isn't it?
I think the ball might have twisted a little bit. Yeah.
He's human, Eric.
Yeah, might have got a bit of a bad contact there. Could see by the rotation on the object ball, it just happens from time to time.
But it just shows you, doesn't it? He went into the 10 when he was trying to get on the 7. Finished straight on the 7. Played a good draw with English. Finished straight on the 8. And it's going to be a 2-0 lead for Vitali Patsura from Ukraine.
Yeah, great start for Patsura, and he'll be looking to get his break going here. He's 0 for 2 on the break so far.
Fedor's route to the final. He came through the winner's side. Started off against Eric Gonzalez Velasquez with a 2-0 win. Eric Cardet by the same result. Then Martinez Cedeno, also 2-0 win for GORST. Dropped his one and only set against Dimitris Lukatos in the semis, and that went to a shootout, if you remember. He won the shootout 3-2. And then in the semis, he overcame Carlo Biardo by 2-0 also. So he's only lost one set in the whole of the tournament so far, this man.
Yeah, had a strong winning record in the Challenger Champions as well. Not winning the grand final, but winning 2 out of 3 tournaments there.
Yeah, I was saying to Tim, I was a little bit surprised that he chose 9-ball against Villa. I thought he might have gone 10-ball, especially with the fact that they're playing this event as well, 10-ball. I just thought it was kind of made more sense, but he didn't. Went with a 9-ball and lost 3 straight sets. I'm not saying that's why. I just found it a little bit strange.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, let's see what happens on the break here. Vitali has the 1 ball down, 2 balls down, and straight on the 2. So good chance for Patsura in this rack. Hoping the 4 opens up. We were just alluding to how GORST was picking up his pace a little bit, but when you let Filler get going playing 9-ball, I mean, it's like at a torrid pace, right? And 10-ball, I think, would have slowed him down a little bit. Obviously, he had his reasons, had some kind of game plan. Liked how he was breaking the balls, maybe.
Yeah, Tim said that maybe he just fancied a little bit of a relax, just to not having to think too much before this big final. So just kind of, 9-ball totally different, isn't it? Not so much tactics, not so much thinking needs doing. It's basically, I wouldn't say an easier game, but certainly less stressful on the mind, shall we say, 9-ball to 10-ball. So perhaps that could have been the reason, as Tim pointed out.
Patsura was trying to play the opposite corner here. He would have never been playing into a combo. Has a decision now. 4's questionable if it's available, but has to deal with this first. Play safety on the 8 here. Yeah.
Well, it's jumper ball.
Yeah, and the cue ball can play behind the 5 if he does take a jump shot at it.
I mean, kicking it in is not really an option, is it? Because look where the 4-ball is, what he's looking at, maybe making it an option. So he's going to be going with some power here, Eric, if he's playing the 1 rail kick to make the 3 in the bottom left.
Yeah, he's going to be hitting it thickly, so look for him to come at this at warp speed here. Tough one because the 3 is far from the rail.
Needs some luck behind the 5. He's not going to get it, but he hasn't left anything easy.
Yeah, only easiest shot here, and not easy by any means overall, would be 3 rails forward, but the 5-9's blocking those angles. He'll be crossing the 3 over. Opening for GORST. He's checking out exactly what angle he needs to be on for the 4. Seems pretty happy with it. Cue ball will likely be playing into the 6.
It can be a strange game, can't it, Eric? Vitali played a good hook on the 3. Fedor kicked out of it, got a little bit lucky to leave something really awkward and long and straight, and he's ended up benefiting from it.
Yeah, especially with the rolls on the break. You know, sometimes you just land straight in on the first ball. Sometimes you go without a shot for 3 games in a row. But the real art form to it is being able to deal with an array of situations. And the players that win more often are just know the game so well, and their execution level so high that no matter what happens, they make the best of it. Patsura's going to kick up this with draw. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say, just having a look at the referee there, Mikko Janti from Finland. Last time I saw him was at the Helsinki Open. Fine referee.
Good effort there from Patsura. Early 10s do count in this format, so GORST could consider banking the 4 into the 10. The cue ball will be playing with lots of distance if he does try that shot. Could be possible to get the cue ball behind the 6 if he wants to just play safe. Looks like that's what he's going to choose. Right spin. Look at that. Offensive bank. It's left distance.
Which is far more makeable. It's far more makeable than the 3 that Fedor left in before, isn't it?
Yeah, and he'll be going offense here, playing the cue ball around 3 rails towards the 5 in the side or the top left corner.
I didn't really get close to that one. Maybe just trying to work the cue ball a little bit too much there, Eric, and he's left this more or less straight in for Fedor, so this really is a good chance now to get his name on the board.
Patented middle ball cueing and then hitting draw. Something interesting that GORST does that most players don't do. Tend to hit it more choppy when you cue it like that, but obviously GORST gets through the ball very smoothly.
It's like anything, Eric, isn't it? If it's working at the time, it's working for you, it's okay. But then if things start to go against you and things don't really, go your way, you're not into your stroke, sometimes little idiosyncrasies like that in your technique can have an effect.
Yeah, most players that don't cue right at the contact point when they're cueing draw, they'll cue with their tip right on the clock.
Imperative he didn't catch the 10 ball there, and he didn't, so he's on the scoreboard at last, 2-1, and he will be breaking, so a chance to see what break he's going to go with. Eric, what's he been doing up to now mostly? Have you been watching his break closely?
Yeah, I think Fedor's always favored the side rail, and he's kind of found that speed, especially when he's done well in these Pro Billiards series, which he has many times, to make the 1 cross side. That's his goal. Hits them square, doesn't really overhit it with a ton of power. But it's something he's practiced, just kind of taking note of the speed that kind of plays the 1 over there a little better. I've seen him make it 4 or 5 times in a row in some terms. Part of GORST's success in the... Go ahead, Mark.
Just say the only time that there's been no other pool going on Eric, everything finished for the day. This is the last and only game going on at the moment. So they've got the place to themselves. Well, everything going close, Eric.
Yeah, one went a little short of the side pocket. 9 of the 10 balls on the left side of the table. They all have a pocket except for the 5. Tough to tell if Patsura is on the 1 here. If he isn't, he'll have a rail first play. But that'll make the position towards the 2 a lot more challenging. Looks like he has a ball first.
He's definitely on the 1 ball.
If he keeps the cue ball below the 5, just thinking a few shots ahead here, if he keeps the cue ball below the 5, he'll have a nice layup save. I think he'll favor that. Everything else, a little too tough to really take a chance at breaking it out.
Smart shot.
Yeah, 2 is a little past the center line of the side pocket, and that's always a little deceiving. It can be tough to kind of cut the ball literally backwards. Just a little too far to try the offense there.
He's got to call the 4 here, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Nice shot. Just didn't get quite tight enough to the 8 there. It was a smart play. It opened up the rack, but just forgot about the defending against all the possibilities.
I've heard many people over the years that we've been running the Pro Billiard Series events that, you know, sometimes it's a bit of a lottery with this format, but if you look back over the history of the players that have won it, GORST has won 3 of them, Yap won 2 of them, Conrad Musician, oh, what's he done? What's he done there?
I mean, yeah, I feel like he wanted to kind of get a little closer to the 6. I also feel like he didn't have to. If he played natural angle, he would have been a little further from it, but he needed tight cue ball position. I'm surprised he didn't just roll at that ball. Just a little bit of overconfidence here from GORST. Trying to get a little more perfect.
Well, is he maybe suffering a little bit from fatigue as well? He's certainly played more pool than anyone.
Definitely possible. Could try to kick the 6 in there. It's actually a little tough for Patsura to hold the cue ball behind the 9 here. Of course, has pushed the 8 over the most obvious pocket for the 7. So not the best lead for Patsura. Looks like he's considering the 6 in the side or the 9 in the corner. 6 in the side, maybe?
Yeah, off of the... It's quite a big pocket, isn't it? Off the 9.
Nice shot.
Needs a bit of luck. No real shot though, Eric.
Yeah, looks like he's just going all in here in the corner. Gonna favor banking it short. It does hit the long rail before the corner pocket. It'll go safe.
Yeah, he called the side, Eric. I thought he did. The cross side.
Sorry, I thought he was calling. I thought he was over at the corner there when he pointed to the pocket. Nice shot.
You're going to get detention for that one, Eric. You've got to stay behind for half an hour after this match. and write on the
Fail.
blackboard. I will not predict the wrong shot. My life is full of detention. Don't worry about it. So what a steal this is. Once again, it's a mistake from Fedor GORST. So misplaced positional shot on the 6, hooked himself on it. Means he's on the hill in this first set of the final of the 2024 Samsung TV Puerto Rico Open. And of course, thanks to all of our other sponsors from the Pro Billiards Series side. Predator Group, of course, Kamui, Yalin, VenBilliards Corporation, Little Monster, and Medalla Light. Thank you so much, guys. Their support helps us bring all this free pool to you. Now then, Eric, let's have a look at these little stats here early on. Anything jumping out at you?
Yeah, only one missed shot for GORST, but just some kind of in-between errors, you know, not getting perfect on a ball, not getting perfect position. It's been a scrappy set. No break-in runs so far.
Well, we are down to the semis in the Women's World 10-Ball Championships. The VenBilliards Corporation WPA World 10-Ball. Jasmine Ocean with a great win coming from a set down against Han Yu. She will be up against Christina Tkach. And Seo Seo will play the defending champion Cheska Centeno. Both of those matches are tomorrow at 10 a.m. Back to this one. 3 in the side, Eric. 1 in the corner. Here we go.
Yeah, and he's on the 2. Pretty straightforward position to the 4. 5's a little blocked by the 7-9, but he can take it in the top left. Will ideally be looking at an angle where he can develop the cue ball towards the 6 without hitting the 9 or the 7. But this is for the set mark.
He's used all the pocket there, hasn't he, on that 3 ball. He's nicely now on this 4.
He gets an angle going to the left.
Slight problem, Eric, you think, on the 5?
Yeah, just try to get an angle going to the left with the cue ball here. On the 5. That's the 1. So he can clear the 7-9 now. Looks like the 7's available on the side. Vitaly's checking that out right now. He's actually able to clear the 9 just going on the side with the 5. 7 is definitely available.
Wow, took a little risk there, but it's okay. Key shot coming up, Eric.
Yeah, it would have been a little more open position if he played the 5 in the corner, but he wanted to get straight on the 6, so playing the 5 on the side allowed that. He is straight enough here to draw straight back.
Extension.
Just making sure he doesn't have anything going from that side of the table. It's definitely got to be 7 side here. It's on it pretty well. He's going to have to draw the cue ball, which will cause him to hit it with a little more speed, but just get nice and low on the cue ball here. He can still keep the speed down. Timely break and run here for Patsura, and big favorite to take down the first set now. Always a bit of a different feel when you're playing your friend as well. You gotta have killer instinct on the table no matter what, but somehow it's just a little different.
So this unmissable 10 along the rail for Patsura to close out this first set. It's a dream start for the Ukrainian, and in it goes. And we're going to nip out, guys, for a brief moment. We'll be back with the second set very, very soon from Mark White and Eric Olofsson. Back in a tick. Welcome back, guys, to the convention center here in beautiful San Juan in Puerto Rico. 1-0. Patsura ahead. He broke in the first set. It's Fedor's turn to break first in this set. has to win this set. Ball down, Eric.
Yeah, 4-railer going down. No shot on the 1. It's got the left side of the 1 and a big wall of balls to hide behind up table. For him to try to stick Vitali right behind the 4-6 here. Nicely done. Is it wedged right in between them, Mark? A little bit of room to find some rails, but tough.
I just wonder if he has got the hook. Is there not a slight edge of this 1 ball? Maybe not.
I know what you mean. I think the 6 is just edging the cue ball there. Yeah, always tough when you're kicking at a ball that you're not looking at. Really have to calculate the angles before you get down here.
Yeah, I don't know whether you're familiar with Mark Williams, the snooker player. He actually plays those type of shots when he's trying to get out of a snooker and he can't see the ball. What a shot he's played there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually looks at the ball, Eric, and doesn't look at the cue ball. He carries on looking at the ball that he's going to hit.
I've seen it.
Very.
And the point is he's done all the calculations, right? He knows the stroke straight. It's kind of like half exhibition shots from Mark, but no, I've seen him do it in competition.
One ball, side pocket.
Fedor looking at the 2 or 3 rail escape here. 3 rails is going to afford a little more kick safe opportunities.
Well, he's going to leave it. It's a good hit, but it's not hitting them, it's getting them safe.
Patsura coming over and taking a look at the 2 goes. Seems pretty happy with it. Doesn't look like he has a full pocket. So he'll want to get nice and close to the 2 here. Might not go, just backed off.
Surprised at that, to be honest.
I mean, if it goes, it's a pretty defensive play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it wasn't an easy safety either, was it, Eric? When the safety is almost as hard as the pot, you've got to go for the pot, surely, especially a setup.
And even if the 2 didn't go, he still could have put himself in a better spot to play safe on the 2. So yeah, a bit of an odd decision there.
He's got away with it though, because Fedor has messed up the position, has he?
Yeah, I think he was trying to come all the way underneath it.
Try to go in behind the 3.
Looks like he's left the right edge. Vitali will be taking the cue ball at the 6-4 again. He has to swerve it. Cue ball's not going to go as far up table here. There is a path around 4 rails. Cue ball will be kind of running at the 10 off the 3rd rail. Look for GORST to maybe try and turn the tide here, take something offensive. He's coming at it a little thicker. How's the speed?
Oh
It's
dear,
not
oh
there.
dear. Has he got
Has
a
he
gap
got
through? I
between
think
it?
he has. Oh no, he hasn't.
No.
3 ball, corner pocket.
Jumping the edge of it, Eric. No look at the 4. He's in trouble again. Question for you, Eric. Do you think that Fedor's safety game is up there with Albin and Filler, players like that?
I think it has to be. I mean, you know, some of the Filipinos, especially the level they kick at, maybe you could put them a little bit above him. But to be as successful as he is, you know, obviously strong breaker and able to put together offensive packages, but defense is a part of the whole overall equation.
Oh, he's made a mess of this one, I think. Oh, he's got away with it. Surely not how he played it.
Yeah, still too easy of a jump here for Fedor.
Side pocket.
Overdrew it, but the 5 might be available in the top right. Little unsure of it.
5 ball corner.
Taking so much time, he's thinking he's going to play safe, and he is.
Jump
shot.
cue will come out again, I think. No kicking.
Yeah, I don't mind the jump here either. If you kick at this with a lot of speed and the 5 goes to the short rail first, you have a chance to get safe, but a lot of times here, it's not going to produce anything positive. It's the whole ball. Wow.
Surprised there, if I'm honest, that he didn't get the short stick out. I thought that was well within his capabilities to make that ball. So the first rack looks like it's going to go to Fedor in this second set. It's the start he needs, being that 1 set down, has to win this set.
It's always a winner break format in the Pro Billiards series, so not just winning the game, but having the breaking advantage in the following game. Chance to put 2 or 3 together, possibly.
Yeah, I believe in the whole history, Eric, of the Pro Billiards series, only 4 sets have been run. Out of all the sets that have been played, only 4 people have managed to run an entire set, and that's not many, is it? When you think it's been going for 3 years.
Yeah, you got to be up over 1,000 sets played, so very unlikely to run the whole set. Players like Fedor, the threat to run 1 or 2.
Yeah, now living on a farm in Indiana. Living with his fiancée, Christina Tkach, and Christina still features in the World 10 Ball, and she really has had a good year. This year, won her first WPBA event. She's been in 4 finals, I think, as well, 3 or 4 for short. She will play Jasmine Ocean tomorrow morning at 10 AM, and at the same time, Sao will be up against defending champion Cesca Centeno. Now, I wonder, well, what a feat that would be if she could retain the title, Eric. No female has ever retained the World 10 Ball. Of course, Rublin Amit has won it twice, but not in consecutive years. Chance for Cesca to make a little bit of history tomorrow morning at 10 AM. And in the final, at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Back with this one. Good break from Fedor, hit them very well.
Yeah,
Controlled the cue ball.
Yeah, Fedor went with more power there, kind of realizing that the one wasn't going in the side consistently enough. Just kind of relying on maybe fluking another ball. Didn't work out. So we were talking about, what are the different break strategies and where would he be going with it? I think he's 0 for his last 3. Double check on the stats. Of course, they'll be considering playing the cue ball behind the 4-8 here. Gonna have to consider the angle he's cutting the 1 at. He wants to play between the 6-7. Really odd shot there, Mark. I'm trying to think of what he was trying. I can't quite think of it.
I'm just wondering
Good
if he's
result.
a little bit... Is he a little bit frazzled, maybe? You know, he's played so much. I know he's only a youngster, 24 years old. But, you know, it has been a long 7 days. This is the 6th day, I beg your pardon. Tomorrow will be the 7th. Well, was that a foul? No,
That was a clean hit, and he's called the 7 as well. Good spot there by Patsura, recognizing the 7 was playing towards the side pocket. He's going to have a chance here in the second rack. Trying to think of what Fedor was trying to do there. Maybe stick the cue ball behind the 6, and he thought the 1 would run into something up table. Just looked like an out of control shot. Obviously he had control in mind, just couldn't quite pick it out.
It's been quite the year for Fedor GORST. He's actually holding 10 championships at the moment from 2024. Of course, he's the reigning world 9-ball champion, the US Open champion, Masters champion, Derby City Classic Master of the Table, US Open 9-ball, WPA 9-ball championship, World Pool Masters, as I said, Rally, Valley 9-ball, Bayou State Classic, Derby City 1 pocket, Mini Derby 1 pocket, Turning Stone Classic. That's quite a resume for this year, Eric.
Sounds like a bad criminal's rap sheet, but in a positive way. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny when he posts on social media. Of course, he's thankful to the event organizers and the sponsors, but it's kind of like a tone of like, yeah, I won another one. You know, it's like he's won so many tournaments now.
Yeah, one of the most active players on social media as well. He really knows how to work his brand, and he's a great asset to the game of pool. Very clean living. You never read any bad stories about him. Very well mannered. A sponsor's dream, really, isn't he?
Yeah, absolute role model for the game. Patsura's looking good here. GORST not being able to get anything going on the break's been a factor in these 2 sets as well. Like I said, I think he's 0 for 3.
Well, we're averaging, Eric, about 8 minutes a rack at the moment. give or take a little for setting up, and of course the little break we had, so probably goes down to about 6 minutes, doesn't it? Something like that. Been playing just under an hour, and we're going to be all square in the second set, but Vitali has that all-important first set under his belt.
Yeah, looking for his first major championship, 3 games away now.
So 18,000 to the winner, 11,400 to the runner-up. Losing semi-finalists have already taken home 5,600. Carlo Biardo and Albin Ocean, 2,800. Went to the quarter-finalists in 9th through 16th, 1,450. Of course, the reigning champion of this event is Conrad Musician. Won it in this very arena last year, and before that, 2022, it was Carlo Biardo. But there is going to be a brand new name on it this year. Three ball in the side. Oh, he's got kicked.
Yeah.
But the 8 went.
Got the 1. Combo looks available. He's going to have to decide here if he wants to move the 7. I think he has to. The thing there is the cue ball could end up over top of the 9. Really has to move it now, though. Good shot.
Well, it's all about this 3-4, isn't it, Eric? If this goes right.
Yeah, I think the 3's playing direct enough onto the 4 that it won't come off the side rail enough. He's got to guard against that. He doesn't want the 6 to be blocking the pocketing angle for the 3. Nice shot. The 5's not quite available in the bottom left, so he's just going to play short side here. Patsura did throw in 1 break-in run in the first set. This will be his second of the match. It's okay.
As
5
always.
still goes.
Whenever you go into balls, Eric, you're never quite sure, are you? But yeah, as you say, he's okay. He's still on it. A little bit thinner than maybe he would have liked, but 6 ball. Begging to be potted over the bottom left. Looking good for Patsura.
Just depends if he wants to get closer to it here. The path for the cue ball getting closer to it will be to the left of the 10. Could play a little safer and play more distance around the right side of the 10. I'd favor getting closer to it here. It's coming around 3 rails. More into the angle. He's okay with the distance.
Well, this is falling a little bit funny.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to get closer to it, you're always going to come kind of on this thinner angle. It's always easier to judge the pocketing angle when you're closer to it, though. The long extension out for this one. Shot. Patsura really
Mikoyanti.
draws the ball beautifully. Patsura really draws the ball nicely. Just watch the smoothness with how he gets through this ball here. Really minimal effort.
I think he's one of the closest to Fedor I've seen, actually, cue action wise. Very, very similar. Maybe not quite as far back as Fedor. Going well, leading 2-1 in this second set, just 2 racks away from being crowned the Samsung TV Plus Puerto Rico Open champion for 2024. Now, I remember about 4 years ago I was commentating on Vitali. He was virtually unknown back then, and it was one of these online challenges, Eric, and the game was 10 ball, but we were using the template rack. But we did have a computer generated rack so that, you know, to stop people pattern racking, we had computer generated racks that came up every single time. And the memory that stands out in my mind was him making 1 or 2 of the wing balls in the side nearly every time, and controlling the 1 ball to the right hand top corner pocket. That's a memory that sticks with me. And I think he'd done it like 8 or 9 times in a race to 10. You know, he just broke superbly.
Really? And it was one of those challenges where he got more points for the break and run or something, so he broke and ran a bunch of racks.
Yeah, I think you got like a 5-point bonus. You got 10 points if you ran 10 balls. You point for each ball you ran, 10 for a run out. But for a break and run, it was, you know, if you didn't take ball in hand, I think you got a 5-point bonus or something like that.
I remember. Patsura got the 1 in the side last break. There it goes again.
Oh, look at the 8 as well, hanging over. Where's the 2?
Nothing on it. If you're looking to spin the cue ball enough to the left here that you can play it behind the 9. That shot would play better if he was he's calling it in. It's a thin one, Mark. Missable.
Yeah, I just don't want to see him getting too far ahead of himself, but if he's feeling confident, Eric, why not? 3 is on into the side, off the 8 or make the 8, unless you hook yourself. He's okay. Now, do you call the 8, Eric, or do you play the 3? What's your call?
You gotta see exactly how much of the pocket the 8's blocking. If you target the 3 into the kind of the top side of the 8, it'll play towards the corner pocket. Gotta be careful you don't leave the cue ball behind the 7 in that case. I don't think there's enough room to really fit the 3 by.
Well, this isn't guaranteed, this 8 ball. Maybe it was.
Control on the 3. Yeah, he's good on the control of the 3, so Patsura looking to put together 2 break-in runs in a row here, and he'll be on the hill if he can get through this rack. Have to get a small angle on the 5.
But of course now the pressure begins to pile on, doesn't it? The realisation, Eric, that you're about to win your first really big title.
Especially when you've never been there, the emotions will be running high, no doubt. So I'm going to have to move the 10. He's thinking about playing squarely onto the 10, so it pushes onto the 6.
Could go wrong. Last hope for Fedor, I think, is this shot. If it might possibly go wrong, but he knows what he's doing. He's worked it out. But there you go.
Oh.
Whenever you're going into a ball, you never know, do you?
It's still
Can you still
makeable in the
cut this
top
in?
right. You can.
Oof, it's a thin one,
Cue
Eric.
ball. Yeah. Cue ball will be playing around 3 rails towards the 7. Big shot here for Patsura.
He's overdone it. He's overdone it. It's gone wrong. Has he got cover behind the 10 ball? He's having an eager look. He may have got cover, but expect Fedor to make this. Well,
Yeah, big turning point there. Just didn't quite get the right angle on the 5.
what a let off. Shots like that change matches, don't they? I'm sure he feels a little bit surprised to be back at the table, taking full advantage of it. And it's going to be 2-2, and Fedor will be breaking with the chance of getting on the hill himself. How quickly the game of pool, Eric, can turn just on a couple of millimetres sometimes. Just finished wrong on that 5 ball, didn't he?
And especially in these short races, you know, once you kind of get a couple games into the set, every game is real big. You're looking at Patsura taking a 2-game lead there instead of being at a level score line. He's still close to the finish, just going to have to kind of calm his nerves while he's sitting down and take full advantage of the next chance he has.
You just saw on Fedor's table there a little tub of talcum powder, and he uses that on his chin just to help that carbon fibre run a little bit smoother. There used to be a snooker player called Dave Harold who used to wear an elastoplast, like a plaster, a band-aid on his chin for his cue to run on. And there was an incident, Eric, in one of Fedor's matches very, very early on. I think it might have been on day one, actually. I'm not sure if you were commentating with me, where he was down on the table looking to see if a ball would pass another one into the court. A bit like that, look. And his chin was on the table. And as he got up off the table, there was a big white patch of talcum powder that he'd left from his chin.
Back in the old school days when players used to use powder, it used to be all over the table, and they actually made a couple tournaments saying you can't use it anymore because the tables are just getting too dirty. Fedor again with nothing on the break here.
It's been banned in a lot of pool rooms that I visit as well. You see in the Philippines, there's piles of it on the table that they're just using, you know, on the rails. They're just using it as they go around, picking up a little bit of it and rubbing it on their cues.
Yeah.
Humid, of course, out there.
Patsura here coming with the offense off the first shot, but nothing on the 2. Checking to see if it passes the 7. He's at it pretty quickly, but looks like he's in a kind of safe address. Not the best. Fedor has both long rails here.
Yeah, but he's got to hit this, because if he doesn't, look at the 2-10. Early 10s do count. Of course, we expect him to make contact with the 2, but there's always that chance.
If he hits the left side of it, he's going to involve the 4, 10, and the 7, so a chance to get saved. He'll be playing towards the corner.
Well, he called it very thin, didn't he?
Yeah, he had the angle, but not the speed. Left it safe, though. This is kind of a one pocket save here where you come off the short rail and try to hit half ball in the 2, banking the 2 back to the middle of the short rail. It's called the opposite corner, but I think he'll play more cautious speed, not playing it all the way over there.
Played it well.
Dwarf's going to have the 2 rail kick here. Cue ball's going to be running into the 4-10-7. Not much else.
Oh, nice little bump. A little smile and an apology.
Patsura is called the 2 on the side. He'll be favoring the bottom side of it. If he does hit the bottom side of it, he's really measuring it up to the side. If he does hit the bottom side of it, the cue ball has a chance to come back behind the 4-10-7. Looks like he's going all out here, though, trying to kick this ball in. Just left it again. Well, that 6 ball from Patsura in the previous rack looming big now. Looks like advantage GORST. He's going to have some work to do to get back to the 4.
Key shot then in this rack. 3 to the 4. If this goes right, he's going to be out. And Fedor will be on the hill in this second set. Desperately needs it. And remember, guys, if we do go, he's messed this up. Yet again, a poor positional shot, and again it's on that 4 ball behind the 10, Eric.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He was floating for a long distance, but those are the kind of shots that Fedor makes when he's in stroke. Just not quite coming with it here in the final so far.
Tried to get him behind. Well, he certainly left the 4-8. 4 into the corner. Does it go as well? I'm not sure.
I think it does. The thing about the 4-8 is the 4 is going to be playing off to the right of the 8. The 5 is blocking that pocket.
Maybe a bit of pace in this, Eric.
Yeah, I think he was kind of playing that. He knew the 4 was going to go in that area, and he played some right spin to kind of go back into it. That was a smart shot there. Not going to always work out exactly like this, but it was by design. Good shot from Patsura. Trying to play the cue ball across into the 7 here.
Well, you
Good,
can't
missed
be
the
missing
4.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, his attention coming off of that 4 ball, thinking so much about the cue ball. What a miss. I was just about to say, if Fedor was going to lose to anyone, he'd want it to be this guy he's playing right now. Not that he ever wants to lose, but to his good friend would kind of lessen the disappointment. Well, he's missed it altogether as well. What's going on here, Eric?
Wow, we've all done that, Mark, but what a time for that shot to happen. When the ball gets deep like that, it's deceiving how the cue ball doesn't quite play deep enough into the pocket sometimes, but yeah, he can't believe it.
Well, he's really giving himself a talking to there, isn't he? Okay, very, very deep into the pocket, as you said, but you'd still expect him to make it. You wouldn't see him miss that too many times, Eric. Maybe it's just
Yeah, he
one match
knows
too
that.
many.
Yeah, he would have known how close he would have to come to the corner there.
He's done it again on this 6-ball. He's overrun it. It's a pretty much similar shot to the one he just missed in the last rack. Hopefully it's not still on his mind.
Yeah, this one's just slightly easier, but very similar. Kind of deja vu here for Patsura.
I didn't know you spoke French, Eric.
I actually do. Most Canadians do.
Yeah, I
Don't
thought
put me
that.
on the spot, though, to bring out a big sentence. I haven't used it in a while.
I was going to say, can you finish this rack off for us in French? But okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we have some. I'm sure we have some viewers in France that would appreciate it.
Well, this 9 and the 10 to get on the hill.
Yeah, a lot of ebbs and flows in this match, and Patsura now one game away from his first major title.
I think the fact that they are such good friends as well has come into it, Eric, as you stated at the beginning. It's never easy to play your good friend. And there's kind of some of that in it as well. Fedor not on the top of his game, but taking nothing away from Vitali. He's played some pretty good stuff as well. Puff of the cheeks. He's feeling the pressure now. He knows that he's very, very close to winning his first. Okay, maybe not major, but it's certainly going to be the biggest title he's ever won. And it is a Pro Billiards series, and it does come, Eric, with some, you know, some good value in winning these, because it does get you invites into other tournaments on the Pro Billiards series. Remember, he played in the doubles as well, the mixed Scotch doubles with Wei Tzu Chen, and they ended up losing in the final.
Here it is.
This
Patsura
last
looking for that.
rack.
Yeah, big break here. She's been hitting at medium speed, trying to rely on the 1, and he's made it about half the time. There it goes. 2 balls there, 8 balls over top of it. Where's the 3? Ooh, we might have blocked the pocket. No, he's okay, I think. It's close.
Yeah, interesting statistic for you. In this match, Fedor's average rack win is over 8 minutes. Vitali's is about 5 minutes. Vitali's break and run average time is about 3 minutes 30 seconds. And he's had 2 break and runs in the match so far. He'd love this to be his third, because if it is, he will be the champion.
He's there. Nothing to do on the next 3 positional shots. Just one more shot from the 6 to the 8.
Just going to hold himself together, Eric.
Yeah, if you get straight on the 6, you can kind of draw to the right of the 9. I think he wants to mess around with going into the 9.
I'm sure Fedor will have a congratulatory embrace for him at the end of this.
Yeah, I think the ideal shot here is just try to get straight on the 6 and then draw the cue ball slightly to the right.
Looks pretty good, Eric.
Yeah, I'd have to be down the line of the shot here, see what kind of angle he has. It's favoring the left side of the pocket just slightly, but I do believe he can create some angle going to the right with the cue ball. He's there. One more shot for the title now for Patsura.
Well, I don't know about you, Eric, but I'm nervous for him. I've got no favourites in this final, but it would be kind of nice, wouldn't it, to see Vitaly win his first one and have the pleasure of watching and commentating on it. So this, the big shot, it's there, it's there. Oh, what a feeling now he must have inside.
Buzzing.
Deep breath. Compose yourself.
Yeah, just collect your emotions for 2 more shots here, and what a tournament Patsura's had.
Well, he'll now be feeling absolutely elated. Still taking it seriously, very, very seriously, focusing. This 10-ball for the title, and in it goes. The arms come above the head. A fantastic performance there from Vitaly Patsura, and a nice hug there from Fedor GORST as well. He's had a pretty good week, hasn't he? But your Samsung TV Plus Puerto Rico 10-ball Open champion for 2024 is that young man sat there from the Ukraine. He's moved now over to America. He's been playing lots and lots of tournaments, and it's done him a lot of good as well. Congratulations, I'm so chuffed for him, I really am. We're going to be back with a presentation trophy ceremony very, very soon. Thank you very much to Eric Horlofson and myself, Mark White. We're back tomorrow, don't forget, with the women's semi-finals from 10 a.m. Thanks so much for your company. Until tomorrow, good night.
verrez, allez,